Barry, this is so exciting for me to interview you. I really feel I can learn a lot about your life and about myself just by listening to you and hearing your stories. Do you want to talk about any particular stories that are interesting to you?
My great-great-grandfather came from Ireland around 1830 as a guard at a convict settlement in Tasmania. Then my grandfather, who lived in an area north from Sydney and bought some land in an area that he named Fegan's Bay. And the streets are named after my aunts and uncles, which I thought as a child was very unusual and special. My elder brother was the first in our extended family to have a college education. I followed, and my younger brother after that. So the three of us got college educations, which my parents were immensely proud of. I always lived at home. I never lived away from home until I left home and got on the ship and went to Europe. I got the Greyhound bus up to Toronto when I was absolutely out of money. I was pretty much the lowest of the low. I was doing details of stairs and handrails and windows and things that you don't have to be all that skilled at. I'd been working on some job in Northern Ontario. I'd finished my work and I said, what's next? And one of the partners said, well, we have this job, the Ontario Government Pavilion for Expo 67 in Montreal. This little thing that I had sculpted just by chance that I'd run out of work. And they gave it the okay. So suddenly this kid, the lowest in the office, is in charge of the design of the biggest building in the office. I think I was probably 24. It's this time of life when you're looking at the remaining time, however large or small that is, there's nothing else to think about. And it's not a miserable thing, it's a wonderful thing to think about. How do you make sense of your life? How do you wrap it up properly? What's the meaning of it all, if there is such a thing? How to even think about a thought like that? My priorities are pretty straightforward. They're my family, my children, my grandchildren. Fortunately, they're all in a pretty good spot right now. And that's very nice. I know a lot of younger people think old people aren't worth a nickel, but I feel I'm a walking library of information and experience. Life is one great mystery. It's the most thrilling and amazing and privileged thing. We often don't think about how peculiar this thing is called experience in life. To be able to reflect on it and think, how can I be most useful? How can I help particularly my children and people I know and love? It's a nice place to be.
Thank you so much, Barry, for this interview and for your wisdom.
I liked talking. Thank you very much, Sally, for interviewing me.